And it's a terrible rainstorm here, as it's just coming down in buckets, and we were walking and hiking, it was very dry, and then suddenly I stood under this waterfall, and now I'm getting wet. But who doesn't want to stand underneath a waterfall? Good afternoon. We are on a little normal trail hike to a beautiful waterfall here. This gorge area has a lot of fun waterfalls, and it's public, so we'll see other people on the trail. And that's fine. It's a river that goes to a waterfall. It's really cold here. There's snow right above us, so hopefully we'll see some of that. But the cool thing is, let's walk away from the creek a little bit. It's probably noisy with that creek in the background.
Right.
The cool thing is what, Jacob?
There's an old cave and mine shaft somewhere out here.
Is a little erosional cave somewhere by the waterfall. It's hidden, but we read about it being there in some old caving magazines. And it said that people went in the erosional cave and then they tried to do some mining in there. We don't think it's very big, but we thought we'd take the walk. That is pretty. Yeah. And see if we can find it. So that's what we're doing today.
And this is along the lines of a dip, or a beginning of the erosional cave. You see the water is eroding back into here with wind and stuff, causing a little cove. It's waterproof. Now that's like down under here deep, but not a cave yet.
This is a bit of a fish ladder, I think, and this is part of the runoff from it. So this is a drain pipe Jacob was taking a look in. We take a look in anything that looks or is shaped like a cave, even if it is man-made. As you can see, this one had water going down it, so it was a very bad idea, and it was also very short and boring, so we moved on with our lives.
Oh yeah, cool.
This is a water bird. I don't really know what they are. Well, water birds don't care. They will just dive right in the water.
This is a waterfall. You can tell it's a waterfall because it has water and the water's falling.
Correct. So you can see up here behind us, there's one by Jacob's head, one here. There's these dark spots in the basalt. Basalt is volcanic lava flow. There's not a lot of volcanic tubes here, but there are some breaking of the basalt. It creates cracks in caves. And we believe that there's a lot of caves up and down these hills, behind the waterfalls, everywhere. The problem is, it's almost impossible to get to them. You could take hours climbing up here, going above, roping down. Once you're there, it's probably like a 20-foot, 30-foot cave, so it's not worth it. But the landscape is littered with these little holes, so we're gonna keep looking. We're gonna look for something that's down here around the waterfalls, or a little hole that we can drop into.
And this is another waterfall. This water's falling, waterfalls. So y'all can know.
Here's Jacob making the quick scramble up the hill. Jacob makes these scrambles much quicker than I do now, so I don't even bother. I just let him go, and I run the camera. I run the video, Jacob runs this. This is, you know, these look dangerous and scary and steep and wet, but really this is just like the inside of a cave. It's wet, it's full of rocks, it's steep, it's scary, except we don't need extra lighting, so you have both your hands free, you're not carrying a flashlight, it's well lit, and just a whole lot easier getting around. So this was an easy day for Jacob and I. This is a tree we found in the trail. We decided to move it, and it was actually been dead a while, so it was very light and kind of easy just to kick. Watch this kick right here. Yes, I like kicking things. And this is the main falls of this particular hike. We knew and had heard that there was a small cave somewhere by the waterfall. We didn't know where. It turned out to be easy to find, but it's a big falls. It's fun to see, big for our area, beautiful, comes down the gorge there. You can see it splash into a big pool, and that water is probably pretty brisk right now. It's a lot of snow melt off, and Jacob doing more running around the rocks. The scenery here is beautiful, and it was a dry day. It's been raining and cold and snowing, and we finally had one dry day, so we just went out and decided to take advantage of the sunlight. It's harder to cave in the winter because the caves are all snowed in, so the ones down here are much easier to access.
We have come back underneath part of the waterfall in this alcove here, and you can see it's really wet, and we found this dark pit, and this looks like it's probably the cave, but as Jacob noticed, alluded to, it goes back in there a ways. And then I'm going to also set up the camera on the outside. We go high. All right, I'll go low. I'd like to put you on the bright side so you burn out immediately. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that's perfect, cool. So I am heading in, and we don't have our lighting situation perfectly worked out. But, okay.
People are watching.
Okay, yeah, cool. It's a long hallway, Jacob. It's not bad.
You want to come?
Yeah. You guys want to join us? Oh, people don't want to join us. I don't know why. We can kind of waddle the whole way. You see, Jacob? It's like this the whole way.
Oh, there is Spider Cricket Haven.
Is there spiders and crickets?
Everywhere.
Leave it to Jacob to notice them. So, follow me a little further behind.
Okay.
You're a little bit closer.
I don't like
Looking for like 20 to 30 feet. I know, but you shouldn't have to brush much. So we're going along here. Oh, there is a spider. Oh, it's a lot warmer though. It's warmer than outside. Must be close to freezing today. It feels pretty warm in here. What do you think the temp is in here? You come on.
Okay.
What do you think the temp is in here?
I don't know.
Jacob's disinterested in temperature. Oh, I'm getting fogged up. Huh. It's so warm. The temperature shift is so warm that the lens was fogging up quite quickly.
Oh, rat nest.
Ooh, a rat's nest. And we're just huddling through here. This goes back quite a ways. We might have to map this. Okay, good. So this looks like a kind of little erosional cave. And what's happened is some people started chipping away in here. But they didn't get very far because I'm about at the end here. So that's not bad. That is not bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, they were sticking dynamite and there's dynamite holes. That's what there is. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. So yeah, it's not a big cave. When I got to the end here, Jacob will be pleased to know, I saw a bunch of grasshoppers or the crickets are just bouncing everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just bouncing all over the place. It's not too bad, but there are crickets and spiders. It's actually, this feels warmer.
It does.
Oh, you know why? We're at sea level.
Oh.
So this cave's ambient temperature is probably like 50 degrees instead of 35 up in the hills.
Huh. That means you can just sleep in here if you want to like have crickets calling
So
around.
it's probably 48, 50 degrees in here. Outside it's like freezing.
Right.
So this is nice and warm. Any cave where you are, the caves are the ambient temperature. They're the average ambient temperature of the outside. So it's the average temperature of the outside, including day, night, winter, summer, the very average temperature. So around here, it's a marine climate, it's like 50 degrees.
Because we get like 100 degrees in the summer,
Right.
118. Winter, we get like 12.
Very hot and very cold.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are in the Celsius. We don't do Celsius, okay? We'll print the number, but we don't like it. We just want you to know. Anyways, no, it's fine. Most of the caves we go to are up in the hills, so higher elevation, they're just generally colder. This is nice.
This is nice and toasty.
By nice, I mean it's still not nice.
Yeah, it has crickets. It's gross.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is, here's your light.
Ooh, I can see again.
Yeah, let's roll. It's cool. We don't quite have to crawl. A little slower, buddy.
Waddling.
Yeah, I'm waddling too, but I got a camera, so fine.
Right. Little spot here.
Oh, this is a great little cave.
Alright.
Here's a little spider web. It's not very often that these kind of spiders get in here, because he's
Right.
a long ways back in here.
Oh, there's spiders.
Yeah.
Crickets. I hate these.
I know. Where are they at? Ceiling or
Right
walls?
there. Ceiling. All over the ceiling. Oh, and over there, the crickets and spiders.
Where are they?
making
I don't
out.
see them. I haven't seen one yet.
There's spiders, there's crickets.
Ooh!
They're making out over there.
Oh, look at these.
I'd rather not. Oh, backlighting them, it's horrifying.
That's it.
Yeah. There's more over here.
Wonderful. Oh, they're everywhere. They're all wet too.
They have like little droplets. Okay. Oh,
Ooh, spiders too.
they're making out.
Ooh, they're everywhere.
Okay. I can come out here and pee.
Okay. Oh, that's beautiful, dude. Beautiful. Look at Jacob go. Whoa. It's a specialized waddle walk. It's the, what do you call this? It's a duck walk. We can go lower than most people because we're supremely athletic. very few people as athletic as Jacob in the whole world. Oh, let's find something less wet.
This is Jacob making the scramble off the side of the big boulder in the creek, down to the logs. There was a big winter log jam there. And look at that. Does a great job. I wouldn't have done that. I just don't do this stuff anymore. I'm too old. I'll do the narrating.
In the wintertime, when the water is high, it rushes through here and pulls sticks with it and drops them and makes these giant fields like this that's hard to navigate, and then they get wet and they're full of slime and stuff, so you can't really walk on them. You slide down in there between the logs and end up in the river, and that's a good way to drown in log jams. That's happened before. And Jacob's navigated, finding sticks as he walks through there. Oh, almost slipped. He's pretty sure-footed. We were discussing what we do, what we are. We go in caves a lot. Today we went to find a little cave, but we don't necessarily consider ourselves cavers. I consider myself more of an adventurer. I like to go out and find fun stuff to do, but that's true of everyone. So people end up doing almost what's available to them.
Right.
People go through malls because the mall is what's available to them in the city. It's difficult to get out of the city. We encourage people to get out of the house. We encourage you to go out in nature. We think nature's the best.
Right.
It's a little bit different. But today, Jacob and I were running around. Jacob was running around. I stand and watch him at this point, off of rocks and stuff. But can you talk just about how it's like kind of more fun and easier than caves a little bit?
Right, out here, climbing up cliffs is easier than in caves because, first of all, caves is dark. You always have to be holding a flashlight, and it sucks to always be doing that. Out here, it's like, even though it's freezing, it's much nicer to be in daylight. It's been such a long time since I actually went on a hike outside and not in a cave.
Yeah, this hike is kind of easy too, right? They've made trails.
Right.
It's handicap accessible, but we don't mind. Like, it's much easier. A lot of people here hike because hiking is what is accessible to them. They make hiking accessible, and so people can come and do that. So a lot of people hiking in the Pacific Northwest. People, Jim, the comedian, he says, the Pacific Northwest, where people dress at all times as if a hike is about to break out, just in case. In downtown, at your work, you're ready to go, ready to hike. The hikes here are great. So we had fun today, but we caved because at some point we found out about caves. They became accessible to us. So we're just doing what is around us to be done. If this wasn't here, we might be doing something else. There's a lot of waterfalls here, so we saw a lot of pretty waterfalls today. We're doing that which is to be done. So it's hard to set out in life and say, I'm gonna go be a caver, I'm gonna go be a hiker, unless you live in an area where that exists. If you live in the desert, you might be, somebody who rides your motorcycle in the desert or whatever. I don't know. You ride camels. I've rode camels before. Not like riding a horse. Anyways, so we had a good hike today. We saw lots of waterfalls. A lot colder than I thought it would be.
Very cold.
There was no parking, so we parked on the freeway. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. This truck is still going. We're on the freeway. We're going. I'm just proving that he's on the freeway.
Thanks for watching this second channel, Even Darker. Don't forget, we have our main channel, Caveman Hikes, for all our edited videos. The next one's coming up. We just have terrible video after terrible video after terrible video. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you specifically to those who give to Patreon, those who have given to PayPal. Some of you all just give a couple pennies, and for some reason everyone feels the need to apologize for that. The reality is we love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with us. We hope to be able to continue to put this content out without a bunch of sponsors and nonsense. Just content. We love doing it. Okay, see you underground.
I don't want to get completely inundated with spiders, of course. I mean, it's the inevitable conclusion of what I am doing, but they're all over. They're raining down on me now. Can you see them?